Attorney Tara Peterson, Crenshaw Peterson and Associates joins us in studio today. Loved ones aging. This is so hard, Tara. Sometimes there are family disagreements among the kids about how to best care for the parents. How can we avoid that?
So when we are talking about how to handle our parents, where we're going to put them, what we're going to do with them, the best thing to do is really sit down in a group and have those discussions. Sometimes we need to have everybody in our office. Sometimes it works better if there's sort of a mediator or facilitator for those discussions.
On neutral ground.
Neutral ground as well. And that way we can kind of throw out some ideas as well, because we see this so often. So we can say, you know what, we've seen that, it doesn't work, or sometimes it does work depending on the different levels of mental incapacity that we see. And so it really just helps to make sure we're having those discussions, talking about all the different things that we're going to do, and being open about it with family members. If you cut one person off, we're going to explode.
Okay, so what if the documents have two people listed as co-agents and they can't come to an agreement on how to go forward?
Yes, this is why we often recommend there not being co-agents. So I typically try to guide the clients into picking. Some parents very adamantly, though, want there to be co-agents. They want to pick both their kids. They don't want to pick a favorite. And when they don't get along, we end up in court. So it's always the threat of, you guys either make a decision and get along, or we're going to be in court. And the courts very typically don't like to pick sides. So they're not going to say, yes, you're right, we're going to go with you, or you've been more involved, we're going to go with you and let you take over from here on out. What they typically do is say, we're going to go with a third party that is neutral, and then all of a sudden you're under court supervision. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that that's what happens when there is that discrepancy between two co-agents. So it can be dangerous.
So important to get this planning done ahead of time. What are options for other children that other children have in the event that they believe the agent listed isn't doing what they're supposed to do? How do you protect the parents in that situation? Yeah,
so again, that's where we're going to end up in court. On that scenario, it may just be that they need to see more information to make sure things are going correctly. And there should be, some open dialogue there and some availability of that information so that they can see that their sibling is making good decisions. But more often than not, it ends up with the removal of the first person listed and moving on to the second. So
real quickly, it's so hard just to even, sometimes getting people into the office and making a plan is the hardest part. How do we convince them?
But it really is the first step. It's so important. And if they don't do it, it's almost a guarantee that they're going to end up under litigation. So it's just so important to get in, to have those, they're tough discussions, but they're important discussions to be having.
Thank you so much, Tara.
Thank you.